YouTube? Georgia Bigfoot here. I want to show y'all how I spray mesquites. I go around spot spraying them in my 1996 Suburban. Anyway, so here is a mesquite crop right here. And I pull up on them in the Suburban. Sort of lean out the window, see where they are. I look in the rear view mirror to watch. So when I get where they're basically near where the tailgate is, see? Put the truck in park, I hop out. This is sort of a couple of reviews all rolled into one. One, we're spraying with the Suburban, with the tailgate. A lot of people buy Suburbans that have those barn doors on them, but it's kind of hard to drive around with your barn doors open. I really don't know why anyone would buy the one with the barn doors. Seems to me like you'd want to get the tailgate. Anyway, you don't have to have a Suburban to have a tailgate. You can have a pickup truck. Anyway, this is the 4-gallon, what's it called? Greenleaf sprayer, I think, backpack sprayer that came from Harbor Freight. Paid $29 for it last year. I've used it all last year, and I've used it now for 2 days of spraying this year, and this is March of 2026. One thing I can tell you about the sprayer is while it sprays great, the straps on it are terrible. And you know, my nephew, he's always like, Uncle Georgia Bigfoot, you've got tiny muscles. And I'm like, well, they're not that tiny. I'm a really tall guy, so my muscles are longer, but I see where he's going. I'm like, well, maybe my shoulders aren't beefy enough to handle these straps. Don't know, but either way, what I do is I keep it in this container on the tailgate, and I just kind of putz around, you know, over this field. It never like bounces out or anything like that. And I have it in one of these Sterilite containers. Why it says Youth Med, I don't know. I bought this at some garage sale or something, but the point is this tote it's in my opinion, is the perfect angle for it to sit in here. And I'm gonna try to do this two-handed, but when it's tilted back, it's kind of low right now. Anytime I need to pump it, there's enough of an angle, there we go. There's enough of an angle where I can pump it like this, and it will pressurize the tank enough, even this low. And come out here, you got your little spray wand. See that? And that's how this stuff sprays. And this product right here is a product called Sendero, and it's mixed with a surfactant. It's also mixed with a dye and water. And man, last year this field we're in, it probably had, I don't know, 600 clumps like this. And today, spraying this field, I've sprayed these other fields a couple of days ago. I've already sprayed about 30 in this field today. And the Sendero product, they don't claim, you know, a 100% kill. It's something like an 85 to 88% kill over 2 years. Well, I'll tell you this, in the 1 year since we sprayed it, was this week, a year ago, I bet we've got, I don't know, what seems to be like a 95% kill. All the ones I've come across are dead. I'll show you one here in a moment. You just grab them and it breaks off. It's wild. I think there might be one over there I'm gonna go get. So I just walked over, yeah. So here's a little clump of mesquite, so we're gonna spray that. You see sort of a silhouette of the Suburban, and the one we just sprayed, I don't know if you can tell, but it has like a bluish green tint. And it's because that dye has colored those leaves when we sprayed it. And that way when I'm driving around, I can see them, and I'm like, oh, well, I totally sprayed that one. And I learned about this technique from YouTube, from a guy goes by The Fritz. I'll put a link in my description to his videos. They've been very helpful in knocking these out. He didn't use the sprayer from Harbor Freight, but that's what I bought locally. I will have to say this, I have to pump between sprays, and I would not mind having a small, like little 4-gallon motorized sprayer that I possibly can plug into the trailer wiring for electricity. And I've been thinking maybe with a long enough hose that could just run along the side here And I could just drive along spraying out the window, which I know sounds lazy, but I'm kind of lazy. So there you go. This is that other little clump. Come on here, grab our little wand. Spray this guy. You know, some people might ask, well, where do these mesquites keep coming from? Well, our neighbors. Our neighbor over here, good guy, has a giant old mesquite tree, a big one. I mean, it's like as big around, I bet the trunk diameter on that thing is 12 inches. It's a beautiful tree, but it pops out all these little seeds and they get sprinkled all around everywhere. And I don't know. It's one of the few trees he has for shade for his cattle. You can see he doesn't have very many other trees. He's got some trees along his fence line over there. All right, so here's one of these that we sprayed last year. You're probably thinking, well, where are the 600 dead ones? You know, well, we told our ranch manager, we said, can you possibly try and wait for a full year for this to go into the ground to kill them? And for baling hay reasons, he's like, no, I really can't. And he said they were dead. And this is one, of course, you know, on the periphery he didn't get. But like, look at this. This is a mesquite. If you know anything about mesquites, you can't do this with mesquites. You can't just come up to them and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna break you. See? Dead. And that's with Sendero. We also sometimes use a product called triclopyr. Oh, that one got me. Triclopyr mixed with diesel, and we'll do that for spraying the stems. When we're spraying Sendero, we spray the leaves of the trees, and when we spray with, like I said, the triclopyr, we spray along the stems. Anyway, hopefully this helps some people. I tell you, you know, when I was younger, we didn't have a mesquite problem here, and it wasn't because mesquites weren't in Texas. It's because my grandparents were psychotic mowers. They mowed, not every week, because every week mowing would use a lot of gas, but they mowed quite a bit, and it kept the mesquites from ever getting any kind of foothold. But now with the price of fuel the way it is, and I don't mean in 2026, I mean the price of fuel will last 20 years. You know, you got to stay after these mesquites. They're a booger. And you know, people sometimes ask me, and you may be watching this, just some person who has old Georgia Bigfoot on their autoplay, which if that's the case, thank you. These mesquites have nasty thorns, like bad thorns, like this. And these thorns will puncture your tires, plural. I've got a four-wheeler that is loaded with mesquite thorns, and we've got green slime in all four tires, but of course green slime is not safe for driving down the highway. So anytime I get a thorn in my tire, I take it to my tire guy, and unfortunately he's able to patch it unless it's a real bad one on the sidewall. Anyway, all those of you out there with old Suburbans and Tahoes, you know you love them like I do. And those of y'all who have the tailgates, you know why the tailgates are so valuable. You know, I saw a review once where they said that if you have the barn doors, they're valuable because if you're a lady, which, well, I'm not a lady, it's easier to, you know, open the door and reach in if you need to get something. I totally get that. And so I think for people with short arms and the ladies, I think the barn doors is a good way to go. Here's another one we sprayed last year. It's sort of over in the corner where the mowers would not have hit it, and it's dead. I remember this one being a much taller outcrop of mesquites. And this one doesn't seem to be, quote, as dead as that other one I was just snapping the limbs off with, but there's no buds on it. There's no green on it. There's nothing appeared to be growing, but it was knocked out by that Sendero product as well. When I mentioned earlier using the triclopyr 4 and diesel on stems, when I say stems, I mean like big stems, trunks coming out of the ground, like that are like 1.5 inches, you know, where the leaves are all bushy and it's hard to spray it that way. Here is another one where you can see a little bit of it is growing, but the rest of it appears to be dead. I can't quite explain that one, but I'm going to go ahead and treat that with some spray on this little bit of green that's growing right here. Anyway, if you're still watching, I hope you've enjoyed this little terrestrial adventure. Once again, big thanks to the Fritz for sharing his knowledge and information on how to do this. It's been very helpful. If you're encountering problems with mesquite, I'd say go after it. Watch his videos on how to mix it and do it. And just know that it works.